Well, there's sure a lot of nasty talk these days about how President Trump, bless his heart, and First Lady Trump don't get along so good no more, and that the day President Trump, God bless him, leaves office, God forbid, she'll be off like a cool breeze. A lot of this talk is based on First Lady Trump not spending a lot of time in the White House. Well, it might interest the radical left lunatics to know that the reason she's rarely seen there these days is that she's living in disguise in Washington, D.C.'s notorious Ward 8, making delicious Slovenian dishes for the families whose mamas are working 2, 3, or even 4 jobs trying to make ends meet. I'm not going to try to pronounce the names of these dishes, which we'd call cheese dumplings, layer cake, and buckwheat spoon bread, and none of them would replace cornbread and greens, boiled purple whole peas with okra, and sweet potato pies at any restaurant I own. But if it keeps the little African American kids alive, more power to it. Very often, if he manages to get all his work done, President Trump, God bless him, will get the Pentagon to send over a Leyland DAF 4-ton general service truck that the military might not be using at the moment to defend our sacred American way of life. And he'll drive that puppy over to Ward 8, and him and the First Lady will take a shitload of poor kids out for a Happy Meal. Studies have shown that loneliness is worse for the elderly poor than smoking or fentanyl addiction. With that in mind, it's not unusual for President Trump, God bless him, and Miss Melania to seek out an elderly shut-in of color to read the newspaper to, or watch Fox News with, or just sing Slovenian folk songs to. Of course, this sort of thing is hardly new to Mr. Trump, who, during his college years, found time in spite of his own demanding academic schedule to deliver Meals on Wheels and to tutor developmentally challenged or neurodivergent kiddies of color. A lot of radical left lunatics like to say President Trump, God bless him, wasn't much of a father. And he's the first to admit that when Don Jr., Eric Jr., and Ivanka Jr. were tykes, he was often too busy building high-quality, low-income housing to spend as much time with them as he would have liked. But he still found time to teach the boys how to hunt, fish, and whittle, and more importantly, how to love, honor, and patronize women who knew their places in the kitchen, in the laundry room, in the nursery. Where do you think his 2 oldest sons got their love of shooting lions and tigers, if not from their daddy? And how about all those photographs of little Ivanka seated not entirely appropriately on daddy's lap? How many other American dads can you think of who's lusted after their own daughters on national television? By the time the twins, Tiffany and Bannon, came along, President Trump had his business empire running like a well-oiled machine, just like he has the global economy running now, and had time to instill in the twins a love of such unheralded classical composers as Alexander Scriabin and Eric Korngold, whose cello concerto in C major has been one of President Trump's favorite pieces of music since childhood. And who do you suppose taught young Bannon the fadeaway jump shot that's made him one of the most sought-after teammates on the cutthroat playgrounds of Manhattan's Upper West Side? Do your own research. You'll find out that President Trump is a wonderful husband and father. MAGA today, MAGA tomorrow, MAGA next Monday.